I'm gonna expose Netflix by telling you how they make their intros and how they make it look so clean and addictive to watch. So as you can see on screen, I made my own version of a Netflix intro. I'm gonna show you guys two methods, and one of the methods is the best method. It's literally gonna save you hours of editing until the end if you want to know all the secrets and resources that other editors don't even know about. So the first step is simply go inside of Photoshop to simply just separate the different subjects of this picture and put them in different layers so it can be easier for us to animate. So what we can do is simply just take the selection tool and just start selecting what we want. Once you got one of your subjects selected, what you can do is simply perfect your mask and simply just copy and paste it into another layer like this. So as you can see, it's not perfect, so what you can do is simply just make sure it's really perfect by taking the eraser and just start by removing the imperfections. And once this is done, you can simply hide the separated layer and unhide the background, which is the original picture. Now what you're gonna have to do is simply make a rough selection around the subject that you just separated. Now what you're gonna have to do is simply just click on generative fill, and this is gonna eventually remove the guy from the background, which is gonna make a clean slate for us, which is really important for our animation. So as you can see, Photoshop did everything by itself, and you even got 3 choices to choose from. I'm gonna pick the first one, which is the most realistic one. Simply right click on the generated layer and click on merge down. So now as you can see, it has been separated. Now all you have to do is simply do the same for every subject. So I'm gonna do the same for him, for the end right there, and for the guy right there. So as you can see, I separated every single one of my subjects. As you can see, I got my clean slate, my clean background, and if I unhide every single subject on their own, as you can see, they got their own layers individually, and this is all we need to do inside of Photoshop. Now let's go into After Effects. Now what you're simply gonna have to do is simply just look for your Photoshop file and simply drag and drop it inside your After Effects project. As you can see, every layer has been drag and dropped, and now this is the fun part. We're gonna start animating. There's 2 options. Either you can do it the hard and boring way, or you can do it the fast and easier way. I'm gonna show you the hard way first, right? So what we're gonna do is simply just create a 3D camera right there. Click on OK. Okay. Now you're gonna have to simply convert every single layer into 3D like so. Now you're gonna have to pull out the second view camera like this, and you're gonna pick the last layer, which is the background, and pull it all the way to the back like this and scale it back up. Okay. Now you're gonna have to take this layer right there, this guy, and do the same and then scale him back up. This will essentially give us a feeling of depth, right? We call it parallax. Okay, the end can just be stay like that. Now, okay, and if you want a subject to go in front of the camera, you can just pull it upward like this. Now what we're gonna do is simply select the 3D camera and click on P to pull out the position property, add your keyframes, and just start by animating the whole scene. Okay, and this will make a basic animation, as you can see, but it's really not the best. Like, I have a better way to do it, which is faster and easier to do and provides a better result in a less amount of time. So let me show you guys what's the best method. So I'll start from 0 again. Now I got all my layers right there. I didn't touch nothing, and I'm gonna use my 3D5 Pro plugin, which is essentially a plugin that will convert your After Effects scene into a 2D scene with the button of 1 click. All I have to do is simply click on this button right there, and it doesn't look like it, but it has converted our whole scene into a 3D scene, as you can see. And you can also change the amount of depth that you want in your scene. As you can see, if I put it down like this, the layers are getting closer to each other, and if I put it up like this, the layers are getting further to each other, which gives us more depth. Now what I can do is simple. I can just select my 3D camera, add my keyframes, and just start animating easily. And if I want to add a realistic camera shake, it's simple. All I have to do is simply click on this button right there, and it's gonna give it to me. It's really subtle, I can just crank it all the way up like this with the sliders. All right. As you can see, we have something that I actually like, and as you can see, it gives us a result that is not bad at all, and we did it pretty quickly with the second method. And now what you're gonna have to do is simply just redo this method all over again with other pictures. What you're gonna have to do is simply compile them together to create an intro. Once you're done doing all the clips individually, what you're gonna have to do is simply create a new After Effects project, and you're simply gonna have to drag and drop every single clips into this new After Effects project. So I'm gonna just select my clips and I'm gonna drag and drop it into my After Effects, and now I'm simply gonna position them the right way. So as you can see, it's as simple as basic editing. You just have your render right there. Then you make a quick transition with the other one like this. Simply make sure the timing is good when you make the transition so it can look clean. And if you guys wonder how I made this custom 3D model for this character right there with AI, I'm gonna make another video on it. Comment if you want to see how I did it. And as you can see, all I need is a title card at the end and a couple of transitions and we'll be good. So we're back, and as you can see, I made a little transitions here and there. With the first clip it's regular, and then I made a fire transition right there with a fade up into the second clip, and I made a little quick transition with a red solid, and I just made it fade into the other clip, and then I put a blood overlay on top of the third clip so it can lead to the title card. It's really simple, it's basic editing. Anybody can do it, and it's gonna give you this high quality Netflix vibe of an intro. If you guys want more content like this, watch this video right there, and I'll see you guys there.